Good evening, everyone. This is Henry Gambell with SimplerOptions.com, and in tonight's free video, I wanted to bring you a trio of names to look at, and I'm looking at these charts a little bit differently than I usually do. I usually start with a daily chart, as I think that's a good place to anchor, but what I'm doing in this particular instance is just showing you a intraday 15-minute chart, but then really wanting to focus on these signals up here. This is another way of looking at the squeeze that I think is very helpful. So if you're familiar with the squeeze, you know that you can look at this and off the 15-minute you kind of get a feel for the pattern, but then you're looking over here to see which time frames are in a period of compression that you think it may be getting ready to move from. So when we look at SQ, we know that we have a 2-hour and a daily squeeze. In my mind, this will be the perfect signal to carry us up out of 70 and into new highs, and the 1272 extension of that would be a very healthy move. So I think that's a name you look to play long off of the daily squeeze. And then two others that are going to look very similar. One of them is with Spotify. So Spotify had an excellent run prior to earnings, flushed a little bit after the report had come out, and now retraced some of it. And of course, with a lot of these, know that I'm not saying that I'm calling the low right here necessarily, but you know, this had a pretty good showing today, and if you could pick it up somewhere around 185, 182 half next week, I think that offers a great opportunity. And then of course, if you're wanting to buy it up here, just be prepared to hold through a little bit of a pullback if you have to. And then another name that we were able to start getting into today, but I don't think that the move is over yet here, is with Etsy. And it's just taking the exact same signals, looking for the same type of directional movement in stocks that are doing their own thing, kind of have that honey badger tone to them, and then coming and finding the squeezes inside of them that could ideally suggest that that directional move is getting ready to happen. So all three of those are names that I'm either in or I am looking to buy, and with the confluence of squeezes, I think they'll be worth looking at next week. You guys have a good weekend, and we'll touch base on these when we get into Monday.